Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm super excited because I've been waiting for my Lemonhead LA stuff to come in. I ordered some of their space paste and I feel like on Instagram lately I've been seeing like a lot of like space girl vibes, like outer space. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that's what like most of like the new palettes and stuff are coming out with, is like a lot of outer space themed stuff. So I wanted to create a look today using this space paste and I'm super excited. So if you want to see how it turns out, then keep watching. I'm going to start off by priming my face with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, and this is amazing if you have large pores. I really only use it like around my nose and problem area, but it really blurs and smooths out any imperfections. So I'm just going to apply a little bit with my finger and then just rub it in really well around my nose. And in combination with that, I've been using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. These two primers have been like my holy grail this summer. It's been like super humid and hot where I live, so the Hydro Grip Primer really makes your foundation stay in place like all day, and this really like blurs out your pores. Okay, so now I'm going to take like 2 pumps of the Hydro Grip Primer, and then I'm just going to apply this to the rest of my face. And it really dries down to be like a tacky base for your foundation to stick to, which is really nice. It almost feels like kind of like hair gel for your face, but in like a really good way. See, it kind of like sticks to your fingers a little bit, but that's what you want so your foundation doesn't slip and slide around. So this part's going to be interesting because I've never done my brows on camera before, but with that being said, we're moving on to brows, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Ebony. So on an Anastasia number 12 brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of the product on the end, and then I like to use the inside of the cap just to kind of like get the excess off and like move it around a little bit, and then instead of dipping back in, I just like go into the lid and I just grab off the excess. So I'm just going to be fluffing out my brows with the spoolie on the end. And then I'm really going to be focusing the product on the tail of my brow, because if you focus it too far in, it makes your eyes look closer together. And I kind of like that more like feathered ombre effect, so I'm going to be focusing most of the product here. And then usually whatever's left on the tip of the brush after I'm done filling in my brow, then I go in and I just kind of like fluff out the corner just to make everything blend in together. I also haven't gotten my brows done in a really long time, so they're a little bit crazy right now. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of the clear brow gel just to make it set in place. And then when I get to the inner corner, I like to just fluff it like up a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to do my other brow quickly off camera, and then we can move on to the next step. Okay, so now that both of my brows are on, we're going to move on to foundation, and it depends on what kind of look I'm doing, whether I do my foundation first or not. I'm not really doing like anything too crazy today. I am using glitter, but it's like a glitter paste, so I don't imagine it being super messy. Who knows, maybe I'll mess it up. One thing I learned from going to makeup school was whatever one person says isn't the end-all be-all of how you should do something. If you like to do your foundation first, do it first. If you like to do your eyes first, do your eyes first. There's no right or wrong way to do things, no matter who's telling you to do it, or if they're professional or not professional. You just do whatever you want. And by the way, this is my favorite foundation right now, the Fenty Pro Filter, their new hydrating foundation. I put it on my face and I was like obsessed with it instantly. So I'm just gonna put 2 pumps onto a Morphe M6 flat top kabuki brush, and I'm just gonna go right in and start blending. I was always a beauty blender girl, and I still do sometimes use a beauty blender, but ever since I tried this brush, honestly, changed my life. It's so much less work than using a beauty blender because you just like glide it around instead of like constantly stamping and makes your arm tired, and I'm just too lazy for that, so. And always make sure to bring it down your neck. And then whatever's left over on my brush, I just kind of like to swipe it over my eyes, a little bit of like a primer. You could just prime your eyes with any primer, but like I said, I'm lazy. Okay, so moving on to concealer. I've been obsessed with like the Kylie products lately. I don't know why, I've just been loving them. And I'm using the Kylie concealer in the shade Birch. And I'm just going to go in under my eyes. And then I like to just bring it down my nose a little bit. I don't really go in too heavy with the concealer anymore because I feel like I just look crazy. A little bit on my nose. And I like to just highlight the Cupid's bow a little bit and a little bit on the chin. Okay, so taking my M6 brush again, I'm just going to go in and stamp that and blend it. And having a little bit of extra foundation left over on the brush helps it just like blend together a little bit better and not look so crazy. And I'm just using like stamping and blending motions to blend this in. I haven't really figured out my lighting situation yet, so if I end up posting this, I really just want to like get a video up finally, but if I look crazy, I'm gonna be really upset. But hopefully I could fix that through like editing and that kind of stuff. If you guys have any editing tips or like lighting tips, please leave it in the comments below because I'm over here just like trying my best. Okay, so now that all my concealer is blended out, I feel like I'm looking all like buttery and smooth. I'm gonna go in with my Kylie concealer in the shade Translucent. And I'm just gonna tap a little bit onto the lid. I like to use a beauty blender, but then I also really like to use this Morphe E49 brush. It's just kind of like a fluffy flat brush. I just like to press it in anywhere that I put my concealer. And I'll just kind of let that sit there just for a few minutes to let that bake and set. If the lighting's changed like 3 times in this video, it's because I absolutely don't know what I'm doing. I was fixing my lighting, baking my face, and I'm just gonna dust it off using a fluffy brush from Tarte. It could be any fluffy brush, literally doesn't matter. The next step that I usually do is contour, and I'm going to be taking the Kylie Pressed Bronzer in the shade Almond. And when you're contouring, the general rule of thumb is that you want to contour from the tip of your ear to the corner of your mouth. And I just immediately like to start swirling so that you don't get any weird like rough patches. In the video that I watched with Scott Barnes and Tati, they said not to make like a face to like find your cheekbones because you don't walk around all day like this. And like once you let your face like muscles go, it's gonna like sit differently, which like makes sense. But also like it's just such a habit, I just always do it. And I just like to hit the top of my forehead in circular motions. Again, I apologize about my hair. I mean, my flyaways are probably out of control and just like looking like trash, but we gotta get this video done, don't we? I just like to do a little bit underneath my like neckline just to create more of a shadow effect that you have a chiseled jawline. Okay, and next I'm gonna be taking the Kylie blush. Her blushes, like this is what got me like really into all of her products. I know like her products came out a really long time ago, but like, I don't know, I bought the lip kits and then I kind of like just fell off the Kylie bandwagon. And then I bought one of her blushes at Ulta because I was looking for like the perfect like corally like pink blush, and I was like hooked, obsessed. So I'm gonna be taking her blush in the shade We're Going Shopping Pressed Blush on a Morphe E4 angled fluffy brush. Tap off the excess, and I just kind of like to tap it on the apples of my cheeks and then blend it back into my contour. I just finished up doing my blush, and now I'm going to move on to shadow, which I'm the most excited for. I have the Lemonhead Space Paste in the shade Houdini, and it's so cool. You can't even really see how like cool it is on camera, but like if you move it one way it disappears and the other way it like shows up. That's why it's called like Houdini. Maybe you could see it better, yeah, on the cap. But it's just like super pretty and reflective. I have a few different palettes in front of me right now. I kind of want to just like let the Space Paste be like the star. So I think I might just do like one like color on the lid and then the rest with the Space Paste. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little closer. So I have the Pacifica Lovestone palette, and I think I'm just going to take the shade Moonstone right here. I feel like it's very fitting for the whole outer space theme. I'm just gonna take it on my finger at first and see how it applies. Whoa. Oh my god, holy pigment. Wow. That was a lot. Blend that out with my finger. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a Morphe M452 brush, and I'm just gonna go back and forth in windshield wiper motions just to kind of blend the color evenly all over my lid. These Pacifica shades are really pigmented, and I mean, I think this palette was, I don't really know, I forgot how much it was, but I'm gonna link all the products in the description box below. I'm gonna list everything that I use, so if you guys wanna buy anything, you can. None of this stuff was sent to me. I bought all of this stuff with my own money. Okay, and the last thing that I'm gonna do before I put the Space Paste on my lid, because I feel like it's like a jelly product, I feel like that's the last thing that should go on. I'm gonna go into the Jeffree Star Brain Freeze palette into the shade Freeze Tag. It's like a blue iridescent, really shimmery color, and I'm just gonna highlight my inner corner with it. Oh my god. I know this looks very intense because it is. And I don't know why I'm shocked that the Jeffree Star highlighters are this shiny and pigmented, because I've used them before. But anyways, so finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the Lemonhead LA Space Paste. Again, I'm using the shade Houdini, and I'm gonna pick it up on a Morphe M421, a flat like crease brush. And their method is the swipe and stamp method, I believe. So you swipe it on and then you pat it in. I'm just kind of like focusing it kind of like in the middle and then up here, just kind of like in the center, like for like a wet eye moment. That's like super sickening. Like for like Halloween or like Euphoria makeup, like I know I'm like late to the trend. I mean, I love the show Euphoria, but I haven't done my like Euphoria makeup yet. This is actually what they used for the makeup artist. I forget her name. She's super talented. I'll put her Instagram down below as well. But this is what they used for the show Euphoria. I love it. This stuff is awesome. I can't wait to, I have another one. I have another one in the shade Happy Ending, it's called. It's a collab, Lemonhead LA and Monique Hart. But this is like more of like a pink and like gold iridescent. Like these are just like so awesome. And like you get like a lot of product in this like jar. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye quickly off camera, and then I will meet you back here to finish up the look. One thing that I wanted to do that I messed up on was put on some eyeliner, because like I said, since this is like a paste, I feel like this is like the last thing that you should put on. I mean, I don't know, I'm still gonna do it anyway and we'll see how it turns out, but this like dried down so well. Like you definitely had enough time to move the product around, and it was like very like jelly, but like not like sticky, like where you could like slide it around and place it where you wanted it to. But now at this point it's completely dried down and it like feels really nice. It doesn't feel like weird when I'm like opening my eyes or looking around or anything. Next up is mascara, and my favorite mascara to use on my natural lashes is the Milk Kush mascara, because it has the fibers that like build up your lashes and they just like always look perfect. But whenever I'm wearing falsies, I like to wear the Pacifica Dream Big mascara, because it has like this like, what's it called, like the silicone like brush tip, and okay, and for lashes today, I'm using the Ardell 113 Double Up Wispies, and these lashes are so comfortable. If you haven't been wearing lashes or you've never worn lashes before, but you want like a really dramatic look, these are perfect because the band is so lightweight and thin, but the lashes are like super fluffy and like natural and wispy looking. See how just like how nice they are, and I think they were like less than $5 for like these lashes. Like, are you kidding me? Okay, so now that the lashes are on, I'm going to put on my highlighter, and I can't really decide which one that I want to use. I think I'm gonna take the shade Blue Ice right here. My palette's a little banged up, but I'm gonna be taking it on a Peaches and Cream PC 28 highlighter brush. I'm gonna very lightly tap into it. Yeah, that's good. And I like to just hit the forehead a little bit. Okay, and since like my face is so intense, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy on the lips. I'm gonna go in with my current favorite right now, the Carly Bible Il Maquillage lip collection, and for liner, I'm going to take the shade Bible, and I'm just going to line my lips. And I don't have very symmetrical lips, so this is like a little bit of a time-consuming process for me. I'm gonna take her lipstick in the shade Libra, and these lipsticks, I'm sure you guys have seen them before, but like the texture on them like reminds me of like whipped mousse, and the way that they feel, like that's how they feel, is just like mousse, like gliding all over your lips. It's like amazing. It's a formula that I've never felt before. I was gonna leave them just like matte as is because I have so much else going on my face, but she came out with these amazing lip toppers. I'm gonna grab one because I feel like I just need to highlight a little bit. Okay, I grabbed the lip topper in the shade Twilight, like amazing. And I'm just going to pop it right on my Cupid's bow and then in the middle of my lip. Perfect. So now to finish everything up and tie it all together, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star X Morphe Starberry Setting Spray. Okay, so I think this is the look all complete. I absolutely love how it turned out, and I love this space paste that I tried today. Like, it looks incredible, and it's perfect for Halloween. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to keep making videos, so leave suggestions in the comment section down below of what video I should make next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!